The shadows of an office affair. Emily was the picture of success. An ambitious account manager at a prominent advertising firm in the bustling heart of New York City. At 34, she seemed to have it all: a thriving career, a loving husband, and a spirited 6-year-old son who brought her endless joy. Her life appeared enviable, a well-orchestrated symphony of professional achievement and personal contentment. However, beneath the surface, cracks were forming, setting the stage for an unforeseen turn of events that would challenge her values and redefine her understanding of loyalty. The catalyst for this upheaval arrived in the form of Michael, the firm's newly appointed creative director. He was strikingly charismatic, a man who exuded confidence and creativity. With his sharp suits, effortless charm, and a magnetic presence, Michael quickly became the center of attention. He had an uncanny ability to command a room, his ideas breathing fresh life into the company's stagnant campaigns. Emily admired him, at first from a professional distance. Their initial interactions were strictly work-related. Emily was impressed by Michael's innovative ideas and his knack for inspiring their team. Late nights spent brainstorming in the glass-walled conference room became routine. Over cups of coffee and scribbled notes, their discussions flowed seamlessly from work strategies to shared philosophies about ambition and creativity. Slowly but surely, an invisible thread began weaving itself between them. One evening, after a particularly grueling project deadline, Michael suggested they celebrate with drinks. Emily hesitated, but eventually agreed, convincing herself that it was just a casual outing. Under the dim lights of a chic downtown bar, the professional veneer began to crack. They spoke about more than just work, about life, dreams, and disappointments. Michael revealed that he was trapped in a loveless marriage, a confession delivered with a mix of bitterness and vulnerability. Emily, feeling an unexpected kinship, opened up about the pressures of balancing her career and her family. By the end of the night, their connection had deepened, the lines between colleagues and confidants blurred. As they parted ways, Michael's lingering gaze and the slight brush of his hand against hers left Emily with a swirl of emotions she couldn't quite name. The affair didn't happen all at once. It was a series of small transgressions that snowballed. It started with lingering glances during meetings, subtle touches disguised as accidents, and text messages sent under the pretense of work but laced with a growing intimacy. Soon, there were stolen moments during lunch breaks, hush phone calls, and eventually clandestine rendezvous at boutique hotels far from prying eyes. Emily was consumed by a cocktail of exhilaration and guilt. Michael made her feel alive in a way she hadn't felt in years, reigniting a spark she hadn't realized had dimmed. Yet, every time she returned home to her husband and son, the weight of her betrayal crushed her. She became hypervigilant, overcompensating by being overly attentive to her family, hoping to mask the fracture growing in her heart. At work, whispers began to circulate. Office gossip, often innocuous, turned sharp as colleagues noticed the subtle shifts in their interactions. The stolen glances, the shared laughter, the synchronized schedules, it all pointed to something more than professional camaraderie. Emily's closest friend at the firm, Sarah, confronted her one afternoon. "Emily, I don't mean to pry, but are you sure you're not getting too close to Michael?" Sarah asked gently, her concern evident. "What? Of course not," Emily replied, her voice faltering. "We're just working together on the new campaign. That's all." Sarah's skeptical gaze lingered, but she chose not to push further. However, the seed of doubt had been planted, and it would soon grow beyond Emily's ability to contain it. The turning point came on a rainy Thursday evening. Emily had left her phone on the kitchen counter while preparing dinner. Her husband, Jack, noticed it vibrating with an incoming message. The screen lit up, displaying a preview. Asterisk Michael. Can't stop thinking about today. You looked amazing. Asterisk. Jack's heart sank. He picked up the phone, scrolling through the thread of messages that confirmed his worst fears. Each word was a dagger, every affectionate exchange a testament to the betrayal he never saw coming. When Emily walked into the room, the look on Jack's face stopped her in her tracks. He held up the phone, his voice trembling. "Do you want to explain this?" Emily's world crumbled. She stammered, trying to find words that wouldn't come. Jack didn't shout, didn't lash out. Instead, he simply said, "We need to talk." That night, they sat across from each other in the dimly lit living room. Jack was calm but firm, his pain evident in his every word. "I need to know the truth, Emily. Why? Was it something I did? Was I not enough?" Tears streamed down Emily's face as she confessed everything. She spoke of feeling overwhelmed, of losing herself in the routine of life, of how Michael had made her feel seen and valued. But as the words left her lips, she realized how hollow they sounded. No justification could erase the hurt she had caused. Jack listened, his expression unreadable. When she finished, he said, "I need time to think. But you need to decide what you want. Him or us?" Meanwhile, at work, the fallout was equally devastating. The rumors reached the ears of senior management, prompting an internal review. Michael, aware of the impending scandal, tendered his resignation, leaving Emily to face the consequences alone. Her reputation, painstakingly built over years, lay in tatters. Emily chose her family. She cut all ties with Michael, deleting his number and avoiding any place that might remind her of him. But the path to redemption was far from easy. Jack agreed to give their marriage another chance, but trust, once broken, is not easily repaired. They attended counseling sessions, where Emily confronted the root of her actions and learned to communicate her needs more openly. Jack, too, shared his feelings of neglect, acknowledging that their relationship had become transactional over time. At work, Emily focused on rebuilding her professional image. She threw herself into her projects, striving to prove her worth beyond the scandal. Gradually, with time and consistent effort, she began to regain the respect of her colleagues. Looking back, Emily saw the affair for what it truly was, a symptom of deeper issues in her life and marriage. While she deeply regretted her actions, she also recognized that the experience had forced her to confront uncomfortable truths about herself. It was a painful lesson, but one that ultimately led to growth and a renewed appreciation for the life she had nearly thrown away. In the end, Emily learned that happiness isn't about chasing fleeting moments of passion, but about nurturing the relationships that matter most. And while the scars of her choices would remain, they served as a reminder of her resilience and the power of redemption.